I know that you said you had your music off, and I just realized this now, but I need to turn my music off before I get copyrighted. Um,
Yeah, I had my music off.
yeah, I just realized that I have mine on. But um, stone bricks is usually like the color is part of a color palette that I see anytime you're building anything like remotely close to a bridge, unless it's supposed to
Mhm.
be like really old fashioned. In that case, you'd use wood. But normally, like you've got the floor of the bridge out of like either stone bricks or stone brick slabs.
Right.
So
Well, for the actual for the build, like for the like the small villages and
yeah,
stuff, what we're gonna be doing, since our the theme that we chose, I just think I don't know. I feel like purple would stick out very well.
so you're thinking this as like an accent color or
I'm
like the
Yeah,
main
I'm
part?
kind of thinking with pink as like an accent color. I don't
Okay,
want it to
okay.
be a primary. No, not at all. But
Because
as an accent, it could
yeah,
be like it could be pretty good for like roofing with a mixture of like the of those slabs
yeah.
with like the
So
chiseled
we
quartz
could
block
yeah. So
slabs or
we could
something.
use like any combination of these blocks basically. So like slabs, stairs, all that.
Yeah, this is the combination of blocks that I was thinking, and
Okay.
let's like try to stick to these.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I like the end stone colored with everything else. Actually, it's like a random yellow.
I mean, you could take a. I mean, there's quite a few blocks you could choose from to pick your fancy there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh wait,
I'm trying to
are
like narrow it down now.
are there going to be any sort of like glass with this?
Oh yeah, when it comes to glass,
Like, are
so
we gonna
let's
do a
see.
normal glass or like a stained glass? Like,
I was thinking of stained glass. Well,
okay, what kind?
I've always been a fan of just black stained glass because I
Yeah,
think it looks good. But we can add some other colored stained glass,
yeah, totally.
whatever you had in mind. Like we could kind of do. We could probably do like a purple.
Well, do you want? I myself
Um.
as like I myself have been always just a fan of the normal glass. However, when it comes to this sort of palette, it definitely doesn't go well because I feel like with because this is like Lord of the Rings type of stuff. I feel like they'd have like the stained glass. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So I think this is a pretty good palette.
yeah. So
Let's get rid of the chiseled. I don't like that.
well,
We're narrowing it down.
if I just place this and I wait for it to die because I know it will, and I pick it up. Oh no, it goes to dead. Damn. Okay.
Oh.
So because I'd like to place all mine down, but I can't because then it will, it'll die. I have an idea. Grab a chest. Get a chest.
Okay.
Get a chest. Put all of your stuff in the chest for your color palette there,
Okay.
and then copy the chest like how I taught you with the control middle click.
Yep.
Place it down a space away, and then just pick up the rest of your blocks. There. Oh, okay. Just place it. Just place it. So this way we both will have access to the color palettes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So this way we don't have to worry at all. Oops. Yeah, that shouldn't be in there. Okay.
Should be all of it, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah. So okay, yeah. So that's a pretty good color for what we're gonna have for the water.
yeah,
It's definitely very fantasy vibe, and I like it.
yeah. Bright, just bright colors when it comes to water. Because usually, in fantasy, from what I've seen at least. Hey everyone, Future Jaden here. Just a quick little note. If I don't know if I explained this in this episode or not, but I know I explained it in future episodes, so I'm saying this now. If you see a little recording symbol in the top left hand of my screen, that was for a thing called the replay mod, which was supposed to help me make time lapses of me building stuff. However, that didn't really work well because it just didn't work well like with my computer, and it didn't work well with the server. It just wasn't doing what I wanted. So I've since uninstalled that, and you can just ignore that. I'm not And if I ever say I'm gonna make a time lapse of something, I'm sorry, I'm not as of right now, just because I need to figure out how that mod works, and I'm not gonna be doing that for quite a while, just because I don't feel the need anymore to do that. I just thought it'd be a cool idea. So if you're wondering what that is, that's what it is. I'm very sorry to bother you with that. That stays on for quite a while, until I fix it, where it goes away, and then eventually I just completely uninstall it. So that's what that is. Very sorry. I do apologize. Back to the episode. Like, the water's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. I'm gonna delete these. So then, in that case, how far down are we from bedrock? We're 2 blocks. So I'm going to build a radius of probably 3 high of grass. So now the bottom is gonna be probably like, it's gonna be right here.
Okay.
Now the floor is gonna be here. So that way we can actually build a little
A moat.
moat. Yeah, because there's no it won't look good with the 1 deep water.
Yeah. All right.
All right. I'm gonna go to the center and make one.
You're gonna make a cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll tell you if the radius looks good or not. Then
I just did it, by the way. It's 6 million blocks being
did
registered.
Oh. Did you go up at all?
No, I did -3. I went 3 blocks up and I did -3, so it would go below me. Yeah, this is right.
Yeah, but we're
Oh, did the
we're-
chest get sucked in?
I can't see the chests because I can't see where the chest went because, like, in spectator mode, because it's all solid block. You might have just deleted the chest.
I thought they don't delete, because remember whenever we had those other chests laying around?
Okay, find them and don't break them. That would be tragic.
Oh,
Wait,
that's
this is
funny.
Okay, no, that's still there. Okay. Okay.
How about this?
Undo it. Undo it.
Yeah.
And you won't have to go back to the center because I have a way to do it without you having to worry. Where are they? Okay, here they are.
Oh, there they were.
I'm gonna. Okay, take your chest, like copy your chest, and don't break it yet. And then just come up to the line, this red line.
Yeah.
And
Good
on each end, place the chest. So
Okay, there we go.
On each end we have the color palettes. Okay, now do / redo.
Done. All right. It would take a second. It's doing 6 million.
All right. There, it's done.
All right.
So now
Looking good.
we have. Now we have it deep enough so we have access to building a moat. Not gonna be a
For
very
real.
scary moat, but it's gonna be a moat.
Are we wanting to do it entirely around the?
Yeah, the entire way around the tree. Because if
The tree, okay.
if it's only just like the front bit, if someone were to travel around the backside and see no moat, I feel like that would break the slight immersion.
That is very true. It's very true. Okay, so
So,
all right.
Are we working on this like individually, or are we gonna work on this like together? Like how's this going?
Well, so we can do either. Either we can both work on the moat, or you could work on the moat and I could work on structures. What do you want to do?
Let's start with let's both work on the moat at first, only because I feel like that will be less. That'll take less time than having to build an entire town, then hauling out the tree, then making the giant bridge. You know. So, make sure that you have my color palette with you. So if you just come up here, or if you already have
Yeah,
it,
I'm
just
gonna go grab it.
copy the chest, like control middle click it, then
Yeah,
go
I got it.
Yeah, then go place it down and break it, and then you just pick everything up. Simple. This is awesome. Sweet.
Genius. Okay.
We're so smart.
All right, let's start with making this motherfucking moat. All right. Okay.
And as per usual, if you would just like to make the outline of it,
Yep.
Or if you can, that's up to you.
Why is there bedrock here?
Probably from when we were smoothing it out, it probably glitched.
Yeah, it looks fine. Okay, sorry, that just bothered me. I noticed it.
Yeah. I saw you going over to it. I was like, what?
Yeah. Okay, so are we wanting this to be a wide moat? Do you want us to cover the majority of this space, or do we want it to be a little thinner?
Let's meet in the middle and we'll go medium. We'll go a medium size. Because just thought of another idea. Because this is meant for everything basically, and this could be like a quest area as well. If we go on like one of the sides or even the back, and we make it so it's just at the very bottom, we can make like a little hole in the ground, or like in the mountain, and we could have like a quest area, like a secret quest in there, sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
So that way they'd have to cross the moat and go, and they'd have to find it, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it would be like that one crazy dude that lives outside of the village.
Yeah.
So you have to go find him for the quest. Yeah, I got what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
So we'll make it a medium size, and obviously if we have to, we can edit it later. Like, it's no big deal. So,
okay, so I'm just kind of making
just a general
right here.
Yeah. A general.
What do you think about that for size? Do you want to thin it down, or do you think this will be good?
I think that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
okay.
That looks.
And yeah, and I'm gonna try to make it as natural looking as I can.
Yeah. And as a natural moat as you can.
Yeah, I know. I wonder if there's an easier way to do this. The world edit with the brushes. I was actually just thinking that.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's so there's a lower command, there's a raise, there's a what if we did a sphere but of air that only affects grass blocks?
Sphere.
So it would just leave holes. So air of let's try 5, a small one.
Oh wait, yeah.
Oh, I need to get a tool.
Well, if I did this right... Nope, I didn't do that right. Sphere.
Of air, then we're gonna mask it to where it only affects grass blocks.
Don't mind those.
Let's see if that works. Yeah, that worked.
Alright, sweet.
So now it only affects grass blocks.
See,
and then we don't have to worry about this bedrock, because then we could just go down to bedrock and then replace that top layer with all grass.
Yeah, replace the top layer with grass, because in the color palette, usually on the like the ocean in Minecraft at least, there's lots of gravel. There's just lots of gravel at the bottom of it. That's like the entire bottom basically. So that's what I'm planning to do, like the bottomish layer of.
Okay, I gotcha. I'm setting this to a bigger size. Let's see how that does it. There we go.
I'll keep mine at a thinner size just to...
Yeah, kind of fine-tune the edges and stuff like that. I'll just do the mass bulk of it.
Yeah. You do the bigger parts and then I'll do like the little touch-ups, even though that you're the better builder. And then we'll go back and polish whatever we need to.
Yep. Well,
to be honest, that big like brush is getting a good portion of it.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually change it from a sphere to a cylinder. That way it's not leaving like a concave from the bottom. Like you see how it's kind of going inwards a little bit more down. I'm gonna do a cylinder, so it'll be a lot easier to fix those edges. So if I did air,
do that, and then make sure
10
the height.
and 10.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna mask it with grass.
You shouldn't have to remask it. I didn't remask it and it was fine.
Oh, you didn't have to remask it? Okay, well. Too late.
I just realized when you were typing out mask, I was just like, oh wait, I didn't remask this, but I already clicked and nothing happened. So it should be fine. But I feel like I'm doing pixel art stuff.
There's a world edit command to add water, isn't there?
I
know there's a drain.
I know about the drain. However, the adding, I don't really know about that.
If not, it's gonna be kind of a pain adding all this water.
I mean, I can do that. Don't forget, the reason that I'm here is I'm the manual labor.
I think that's also my job as a builder, is the manual labor as well.
Well, I mean, I did give you the task of do a general outline, and you've made this. So I say that you're
okay. How's that look? Actually, looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's go
good.
around.
I tried to roughen up some of the edges, make it look a little more natural.
Yeah.
It's not like straight lines. I think that looks really good. Ooh, you know what would be really cool is if I extend some of the roots to kind of bleed into the water.
Yes, totally. You should do that.
I could do that later, but that's definitely an idea. Oh, it's very thin over here.
Where?
Over here. You need to make it a little fatter right here.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Okay, I think that looks good. How does everything else look? Look pretty good?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. You said you didn't want any, like, straight edges, though, right?
At least not as much, you know. Just want to make it look somewhat pretty natural looking.
Some bends and curves here in the river. Alright, this is pretty good. I'm just going around punching some of the edges that look very sharp. Damn, this looks pretty good.
You think if I stand at the height block and I replaced the air from the block I'm on below me to water, it would work?
I mean, you can always undo it, so go ahead. However, with my experience, are you gonna do it?
I was gonna do in a center.
Okay. With my experience with this, usually it extends the entire way up. Anytime I do this.
Oh yeah.
So,
I just have to do a negative number.
Yeah, make sure.
That'll be fine.
Make sure it's negative.
I want to make sure this is the center. Okay, what is the block height of the moat, or what's your y coordinate?
Oh, here, let me see. It's 3. It is 5.
5?
Yeah, it's 5 tall. From bedrock to the very top of the grass.
Oh, okay, so if I do 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, what? I'm at 4 blocks height. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you not including. So if I just did, I'm gonna try from right here, this block, just in case.
Okay, how in the world did we get in and out of this place? Here it is.
Oh yeah, I have 2 exits. A dirt one back there, and then the one you just went through.
Alright, go for it.
Okay, so we're going to do a /replace place near and a 250. No, we don't need that much. 150 of
I'm just gonna
from air to water at a negative. Wait, I'd have to put that -3 after the 150, right?
Yeah, go for it. You got this.
Oh god. Okay, so there are place near only works a radius from and to. It does not work on the y coordinates. So then I'll just do a cylinder.
Yep. You can tell me when you're. I've got a nice wide angle shot of the tree and the moat. So. You good? Is the command working?
Yeah, the command's not working. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do then.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go place the water manually.
Okay, well you try to figure that out.
You
I'm
have
gonna try
the
to
wand.
figure out a command. What'd you say?
I said you have the wand. I saw you get the wooden axe out. I was just like, oh god.
Yeah, you just knew.
Yeah, all right. So while you're.
Okay, this is gonna work.
Oh, you have a command.
This is gonna work. I promise you.
Let me know.
It's gonna work. Alright. Okay. Are you ready?
Uh-huh. I've already got some water placed down, so if this doesn't work, you know. I'm getting a nice pan shot of the tree.
Okay, here we go.
Alright.
Running the command now.
Did it work? Oh.
It worked. I just need to readjust my wand a little bit, but it worked.
It did work. It kind of worked. What did you do?
I did magic.
Alright, in that case, I shall be able to fill in the spots that are left.
Are you manually filling it up?
Oh.
Huh?
No, nothing. Kind of. See, I'm having trouble, though.
Here. Watch this. You ready to see some magic?
Sure. There. Oh, I don't know if that fixes it. So you even get the bag.
Boom. Done.
What do you mean?
The water's filled up. What do you mean?
No, it's not. Not where I am.
Where are you?
Let's go ahead and teleport. I'm looking at a nice, you know, still not filled. Whoops. Look, right here.
Oh, this one little area.
So it's filled, huh? Uh-oh. Don't mind what I just did. I'm gonna remove that stick from my inventory because I'm gonna break something otherwise.
Done.
What?
You're
Okay,
welcome.
no. You filled most of it. There's still some parts that need to be fixed. But
Oh no, there's a few little source blocks.
the tree.
What happened to the tree?
Oh. How? Okay.
What?
What's
going on? What's going on your screen?
My night vision ran out.
Oh.
My permanent night vision ran out, so I couldn't see everything, and it wasn't normal. So it's just like, wait, what? Also, I can't replace these source blocks. Can you?
I can't. What if we just...
Yeah, I tried that. It didn't work.
Really?
Yeah. Like. What? It's not working.
It works for me. See, I closed off, or I sourced off those blocks right there.
Okay, then what about these? Because there's a bunch of them on these like sides that are like this.
Yeah. So it's just like a line. Or instead of doing that the hard way.
You fixed it. What the? Okay.
Wait, I fixed it?
Yeah. On my screen at least.
Oh. Oh, it did.
What the hell?
Oh, okay, so I guess just create the block up.
I'm gonna. Oh, hello. We have the same idea. Let's connect this.
Yeah, there you go.
Did it
I
fix?
created that block source.
Uh-huh. Didn't mess up anything else. Totally nope. I'm still being moved by currents. Okay. Is there any more currents around here at least?
Oh, we just got ones over here.
So I have not spawned any fish yet, but there's already fish spawning on this.
I'm not surprised.
I may or may not have forgotten that the fact that it does that. Well, hello there.
Oh, hello. Don't mind me.
Alright, sweet. So now we have to go, now we have to set this to grass blocks.
Yeah, if you want to start breaking it up.
Start just setting it to grass blocks?
Doesn't look funny to you?
Well, I'm gonna be changing it to gravel.
Oh, that's right.
I'm going one block up and then I'm changing it to gravel.
Wait, so gravel is gonna be a block above this?
Yeah. Right? That's how the ocean in Minecraft works, right? I'm not being stupid. There
You're good. You're good. Yeah. I don't know. I'm tired, so I don't really know what I'm really thinking about.
You're thinking about Minecraft, dude.
For real. One thing I do need to do is turn down this volume.
Oh yeah, my volume's never really set that high. Like, I should probably turn it off, to be honest.
Hey. Oh, that's so quiet.
What do you have
What's going
your
on?
volume set
Why
to?
can't I move? Oh. What'd you say?
What do you have your volume stuff set to now?
My master is set at 50,
Okay.
but I have my blocks at 30, friendly 40, ambient environment 30, weather 20.
Okay.
I have it really low.
Well, I've got my master volume set at 60. Is it? Yeah, it's set at 60, and I've got everything else minus music set at 35.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah. It's not loud for me, at least. Maybe for the viewers it's better, but I'll have to
Yeah, that's why I turned it down so you can mostly hear our voice and not like the game, you know, because we're just building. It's not like we're playing something that they have to really get involved with, you know?
Like Siege, where you have to listen for literally everything.
Exactly.
You hear one footstep, you have to immediately do a 180 and shoot.
Yep.
Like, next thing you know.
Okay, all the water should be done.
There's a little air pocket here.
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm filling these up.
Correct.
Oh, there's actually quite a bit of it.
Really? There's a lot of air pockets. I don't know why, but I was looking at the progress I had made, and I'm like, oh, I'm making really good progress, and then I realized, oh yeah, I've still got like another 10 million blocks to go.
Still got quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm not even close to finished. And then I also have to do all the little detailing and everything underwater. For all the people who don't have night vision.
Well, those lanterns would be a nice touch too.
Yeah, I've got lanterns and sea pickles ready to.
I saw that, yeah.
The sea pickle.
Oh, I wonder if I think the sea pickles actually be better than lanterns because of how shallow this is.
Yeah,
the lantern would be very, very bright.
Alright, so I'll be doing sea pickles then. I mean, I was gonna do sea pickles anyway, because sea pickles are usually the better choice when it comes to lighting.
Yeah, they're pretty
underwater
nice.
stuff. You imagine if this server actually like gets a lot of players?
That'll be awesome.
That'd be so fun. And then we could do what every server owner and team hopes of doing.
Very true.
Growing it even more. You just keep growing and growing until eventually you can't stop, and then we can become the new Keemstar and we host the next Minecraft Monday. Except this time it's actually good, unlike the last time. It had so many problems with it. Oh God. Did you ever watch Minecraft Monday?
No, I did not.
I watched.
Am I missing out?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I didn't watch it live. I watched it with anytime the people posted their perspectives of it, because that way if there was like a really boring section of it, I could just skip ahead of it. I watched one portion of it live, and it happened to be the portion where everything broke. So that was fun. Because the last week of Minecraft Monday, for the people who aren't an avid Minecraft gamer like myself, know and tries to know everything about this game. For everyone who doesn't know, the last week of Minecraft Monday, basically a hacker got onto the server and started to break everything. And this is just this is just after the head developer for Minecraft Monday left. He left to quote pursue other things, and it's pretty weird. A lot of the like in the very first week of Minecraft Monday there was controversy.
So really?
Yeah.
What?
Basically there was a guy called, I really hope I don't pronounce this wrong. It's not Pete. It might have been Pete Hut. I can't. Okay, hold on. Let me find his YouTube channel real quick.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure his name is just his. Okay, his YouTube channel name is Pete Zahut. I'm gonna put that in chat so people can see it. That's what it's like. That's his YouTube channel.
Huh.
Basically, that guy, what happened was, in the first week of Minecraft Monday, he played in it, and then, oh, didn't mean to do that again. To do that. After that, he, like, after the week ended, he made a video, and basically the video was like a sort of apology video for his fans and everything, because what he basically said the fact that like he shouldn't have participated in it, because he'll only take deals and stuff from the people he thinks has the his viewers' best interests at heart, which is something that he didn't think Keemstar did. He thought that Keemstar, like, because Keemstar has said a lot of controversial things in the past.
Right.
He's a very controversial figure for quite a lot of people and for quite a lot of regions.
Right.
So, he deleted his perspective, and he said the fact that, like, I'll only take deals from people I think that have my viewers' best interests at heart, and that's something that I don't think Keemstar does. I think that he's a very controversial figure in the in like any community that he's in, and he basically just apologized for it, and he said that he's not going to be participating in any more Minecraft Monday tournaments, which for obviously all of his fans was a little like heartbreaking, but obviously, like, you know, you have to understand the fact that it's Keemstar. He's not the most well-liked person on the planet.
He's really not.
No, he said some pretty, like, I can't remember because I know I heard a bunch of the things that he said, but he said some like really horrible things about some people and just in general in the past. So that's why Pete wasn't too happy with the fact that he had participated in it, and he said the fact that the only reason that he joined it in the first place is because he was going through this like peaches and rainbows sort of thing. Like he was invited all of a sudden to this really big event where he was invited to this like really big event where a bunch of other YouTubers were playing, where you could win like you could win $10,000 if you won, and then and that was per week, I'm pretty sure, where you won the 10K, and so he said that like he found that I was going through like a peaches and rainbows sort of thing where I was invited to this huge event with a bunch of other YouTubers, and I was going to have a lot of fun and maybe win some cash. But just because of Keemstar himself, it didn't go so well.
Dang.
Yeah. And then...
It was brutal.
Well, okay, wait for those. Later on, like, I can't remember what week it was. I think it was week 7 of the tournament. Basically, what happened was, there's a YouTuber who goes by the name of A6D, and Keemstar set up a bunch of rules for the tournament that could change super easily, and the main problem with that is the fact that because they can change super easily, they can, like, he can bend the rules to how he feels, and then just say that there was a rule change, which is what kind of did not happen with this. Basically, YouTuber goes by his name is A6D. He's quite popular on other two people's channels called Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo. And yeah, and like he's from France, and the way that they both met him is he's known as the French server owner, which is a meme on their channels. And basically what happened is one of Keemstar's rules for Minecraft Monday is, like, the two main rules is you had to be streaming, and you had to have, at minimum, at all times, 2,000 viewers. So, Keemstar kicked out A6D for not having enough viewers an hour or something before the tournament had started. And so there was no rhyme or reason. He literally kicked out A6D for no reason at all. He kicked him out saying that you don't have enough viewers, even though that last week he got 3,000 viewers at minimum. So he was doing really well for his channel.
Right.
And just like I said, out of nowhere he kicked him out, and then he never appeared on the roster or anything. But because Keemstar isn't the best with servers, he forgot to whitelist A6D, so he forgot to make it so he can't access the private server. So he sneaks on with he snuck back onto the server, and he at one point in time he just I can't remember what set him off, but something set him off where he just got really mad. So then he just started his stream, and then on the Twitch chat at one point, someone's I think it was Keemstar himself, but it might have been someone else. But someone said that A6D and Skeppy are teaming, which was not true at the time. I'm pretty sure Bad Boy Halo and Skeppy were the team, but they might have swapped out. I don't know. And then at one point in time, he was getting 4,000 viewers, and Keemstar came into his YouTube live chat and he said strong viewership, GG. So he basically tried to play it off like he never did anything. So he was being a real jerk with that. And then later on, when A6D made a video explaining what happened, and in the video he said the fact that, like, I never had any private or public conversation with Keemstar on why he decided to try and kick me out. And then after he posted that, Keemstar replied on Twitter saying that I never kicked you out. I never did that. and then A60 just kept supporting more and more evidence on the fact that he did get kicked out, and that was a big drama that went on for like 2-something weeks.
Dang, I didn't know about any of this.
Yeah. So he kicked out A60 for no reason, and because of that, the next week A60 didn't participate, and anyone who had really strong ties to A60 didn't either. Like Skeppy, Bad Boy Halo, Spifey, and Dream and Shotgun Raids, I believe. They all of those big YouTubers that had a really good chance of winning didn't do it. Like Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo had already won previously, and they were definitely like in the big spots to win, just keep winning, because for the first 4 weeks or whatever, they were stuck in second. They were stuck in second place, and so they like after that happened with A60 and Keemstar, they left. They were just like, no, we're out. We're not supporting this anymore. But one of the rising figures in this entire thing was a guy named Technoblade. Technoblade is known as the PvP god among Minecraft people, because his whole like, not really catchphrase, but like one of the memes on his channel is Technoblade never dies, because he plays a lot of Skywars, and he's literally a PvP god. If you come across him, you might want to run instead of fight him. But
oh dang,
yeah, he's really, really good. And like in the first few weeks or whatever, people were asking their chat, like, who should I watch out for in the PvP? Because originally with Minecraft Monday, it was only survival games, and then it evolved into more and more mini games. But with all that happening, with all that happening, people were saying like, oh, watch out for Technoblade, and no one took it seriously at first. They're like all the chat is saying Technoblade, but like I don't know who that is, and a few of them are like, a few of them kind of just ignored it, and they were like Technoblade, Captain Sparkles. Okay, we gotta watch out for Captain Sparkles. No one acknowledged Technoblade at first. No one. And on his first stream, he only got 2,000 viewers, but then on his second stream, he got 10,000. After like the first or second week, he immediately got so much more popular, with everything that was about to come. And what the fuck, dude, redo.
No. Oh wait.
Yes, because the water's gone.
Oh, I undid too much.
I turned around and I saw like a thing go across my screen where the water was, and I was like, wait, what? Redo. Why is it not redoing? Oh, thank God. Okay.
Does that look good?
You gotta keep redoing some more there. That looks better.
Does it look good?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go do a flyby. Oh God, that
Forget that ever happened.
We'll cut that out of the final product.
No, I don't think I will.
But yeah, basically,
look.
oh God damn it, I lost my train of thought.
Shit, my bad.
No, that's fine. But yeah, there was a whole bunch of controversy, and at one point in time, like a little bit before Keemstar eventually completely canceled Minecraft Monday, he was saying, he made a video saying that like, people are thinking that I'm making like tens of thousands of dollars off this. No, I'm not making any money.
I feel like that's not true.
No, that's definitely not true, because he opened a public server where you could buy ranks, and if you bought a rank, there was a small chance that you would be able to be entered into Minecraft Monday, known as the Random or the Rando, and so he's definitely making money off the thing, first of all.
Yeah.
And so that's obviously a lie straight there. So reasons why you can't trust Keemstar is the fact that he says stuff like that, where he clearly is. Even if it's not a lot of money, he is. And for Minecraft Monday, the $10,000, it's not his own money. It's he got a G Fuel sponsorship.
Yeah.
And they sponsored the $10,000 because originally what happened was a Minecraft hosting site bailed on him. They were supposed to host the server, and then they were also supposed to give him like a cash prize to offer up, and they ended up dipping on him. And then G Fuel stepped up and they were like, here's 10K, go, like, here's 10K, do your tournament. Which was,
dang.
Yeah, that was like the one good thing for Keepstar that happened in this tournament, is the fact that he actually got a sponsor. Otherwise they would not have been able to do it. But yeah, that was like the one good thing that happened. Otherwise everything kind of went to shit. Like there was a bunch of people in the community who didn't like the fact that Keemstar was hosting it, but still participated because it was good like publicity and everything, and it was good it was good content, and it was, it was just good all around. Because Minecraft Monday, for the weeks that it, like, for the 14 something weeks that it was on, was the one, like, anytime anyone streamed it, it would immediately pop up on trending on YouTube. And according to some of the people who like the analytics that really pay attention, they theorized that YouTube had actually changed the algorithm. They made a mini update that anytime Minecraft Monday was live, or any of the YouTubers that they knew, like the really big ones, that people would care about, went live with Minecraft Monday, they would put it on trending and they did that by changing the algorithm. So,
oh dang.
Yeah, so it was really big, but the problem is just the fact that it all went to shit because Keemstar doesn't know what he's doing when it comes to hosting a Minecraft tournament.
Yeah.
And then also a bunch of I think it was either the last week or just the week before it ended, the head developer, who had been there for literally the entire time, left. So the person who replaced them had very big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
When it came to it, and they didn't. I don't know if they did or did not step up. There wasn't really much afterwards after that person left, because the server eventually got hacked, and it bugged a lot, so the server was eventually just shut down. And what ended up happening is on the last week of Minecraft Monday, a bunch of the YouTubers got in a Discord call, and they went on Hypixel. And when they went on Hypixel, they were like, okay, let's just have Minecraft Monday here. And so they did that, and that was very fun. And an upcoming thing that was supposedly starting was a thing called Minecraft Sunday, which was then changed to Minecraft Saturday. And its aim was to be like Minecraft Monday, but even better, because this time it had paid staff and everything. Because apparently the staff that Keemstar hired was free staff.
Oh, and, really?
Yeah, so they weren't putting in a lot of, the head developer that before they left was actually putting in quite a lot of work, and they were trying to make it better. But before that, not really before that, but a bunch of the other staff members apparently weren't caring too much. They weren't making sure everything was working right. But earlier on, the public server got hacked, where the hacker was promoting his YouTube channel, and and he was live streaming it. So a bunch of people went there and gave him hate, but he also got to the top 30 or whatever on trending because of it, because he got just so many viewers. So it was nuts. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the Minecraft Saturday thing starts. However, that really didn't become popular because the person hosting it never told us who they were. At least that, to my knowledge, they never told us who they were. and they didn't really have that much money to like offer up. But there were still some people who did play it for a little bit until eventually it just kind of died off. Story time. What's Jaden? I've been.
It was a beautiful story.
Yes.
Great.
My.
Good.
Jesus, what happened? No. My like lore knowledge when it comes to things that I really 100% care about is like you cannot pass me. Like I'll
Next level.
Yeah, I'll do research on a topic for like 3 days just to prove someone wrong.
Hey, that's dedication. It's respect right there.
Well, like me and my friend in like grade 5 or whatever, we'd get into a lot of arguments about facts that we didn't know, and then we kind of forget about it. But what happened is I'd go home that night, remember what we talked about, and then like look it up for like an hour or something. I'd take an hour out of the time I had allotted myself for video gaming to do research. And then I went and I looked up everything I could, and I printed out a few like good articles and summaries of them as well, like my own personal summaries. And then I'd go to school the next day and be like, hey, you remember what we were talking about yesterday? He's like, oh yeah, that like fact. And I'm like, yeah, here. And then I just hand him a folder full of paper. He's like, what's this? I'm like, this is a bunch of stuff I found online about the article, about it, the fact that, and it was saying that I was right most of the time because I have a really good knack of guessing when, or at least back then, like now it's all right, but back then it was really, really good. Like someone could tell me a word that I had no clue like how to spell or like anything, and I could guess the definition like almost 100% of the time with like maybe 80%-ish accuracy, so it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, eh. Now I'm alright, it's a 50-50 shot with me now. You ask me a term, I'll probably make something up.
Practice makes perfect.
No, 100%. God, that term just like, I did drumming for like 2 years. And they'd always, my parents would always tell me like, oh, practice makes perfect. I didn't want to do drumming. I never did. They got my uncle who's a drummer to see if he had any extra like kits or anything to give, and then like he did, and so he gave me his old kit, and they were like, surprise, we're signing you up for drumming lessons.
Oh dang.
And
Just like that.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay. Because before drumming, I did piano in martial arts, and I had stopped that for a few years, and those were the best. Then, after I got to black belt level in jiu-jitsu, I quit that. I still had piano going on for another like year or something. I took it for 3 years. Took piano for 3 years. I did martial arts, I think, for like 8 years or whatever.
Damn.
Yeah. And I remember none of it. I mean, okay, that's
as soon as you finished, you just forgot it all.
That's not true. I remember like very few basic strikes, but to be realistic, a bunch of the jiu-jitsu, for the people who don't know, is meant for self-defense. And yet they teach you attacking moves, and the defense moves they teach you are eh. Because like one of the first few moves that you learn is called a jab. There's I can't remember, but there's like it's literally all it is if you hold your fist up in like whatever type of ready stance you want, and you throw your main like writing hand. If you throw out that's a jab, and then if you throw out the other hand, that's a cross. And you'd what we used to do is we'd have like pads, like that people would hold up, and you strike it as hard as you could, and it's for a solid minute you'd do that, and that was like the first striking stuff that we learned, which I don't see how that's a self-defense move. That's more of an attacking move. With
Mhm.
the fact that, like, with that, in an actual scenario, you'd be aiming for their face or their head. The most defending moves that we learned is how to block a kick or how to catch a kick. Or, like, that's about it. And also how to parry a fist. Now, the parrying the fist takes a lot of skill compared to what, like, this age group might have. So it was very, very, like, not enjoyed by us. Because, and again, in a realistic scenario, if someone's punching full force, full speed at your face, the time that you have from bringing your fist up to trying going just in front of their fist and pushing it to the side is not gonna work.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking to one of my friends about this before this whole lockdown when we were still in first semester in our school. I was talking to him like, oh yeah, my martial arts did this and this and this. And I was like, oh yeah, could you teach me some martial arts? I'm like, yeah, the only thing that I can remember right now though is like how to parry how to parry an attack. He's like, oh, how do you do that? I'm like, okay, stand up. So we stood up. I'm like, and I got into a ready stance with my hands open. I'm like, throw a punch like at my face, and he did, and I blocked it with my hand. And the way that you were supposed to do it is you're supposed to slightly cup your hand so it goes around their fist, and then you push it to the side by pushing your palm out. So it has no impact on your hand, so your hand is still completely fine. I ended up just completely straightening my hand and like slapping it away. It worked, but that's not how you're supposed to do it, and it does not. It doesn't feel too good afterwards as well, because you're basically. Imagine if someone like threw a brick at you and then you tried to swat it out of midair. That's basically what you're doing with that. Yeah. So it's not fun doing that. It wasn't fun like at all. But like when I did that, he was just he like, I don't know why he was so impressed, but he just went, oh. After I did it.
He wanted more.
Yeah, and one of my other friends I know is way stronger and more athletic than I am. He came up to me, he's like, hey, can I try it with you now? And I'm just like, well, I'd rather not, but okay, and I did it. And he's way faster than I am. So as soon as I brought my hands up, he threw a punch, and I just barely blocked it. Like, it almost, I could feel the wind of his fist moving away from my face as it just barely hit my nose.
Oh, jeez. And
when he did that, he was just like, so how do you do it? And then I tried to teach him. And then I threw a punch at his face, and he didn't block it. I almost punched him in the face. I stopped right before I hit his face. And then, right before I hit his face, and then he kind of like flinched backwards because he knew he messed up. Because he hit my arm. And as soon as I felt him hit my, as soon as he hit me regardless, I was gonna throw my hand away. But because he hit my arm, I was just like, oh, this is stupid. So I just kept going, and I stopped right in front of his face.
Yeah.
And when that happened, he was just like, oh. Like, he kind of flinched back, and he did, like, the little duck down thing and closed his eyes.
Yeah.
It's, like, as soon as he knew he messed up. And then as soon as I stopped, he opened his eyes. And he realized that I had stopped. He's like, oh. Like, as soon as he did that, you knew that, like, he knew that he messed up when he hit my arm, and he felt it just keep going.
Yeah.
Like, if he had hit my fist, regardless of how much power he actually put into it, I was gonna move. But because he didn't, I was just like, that's just not how you're supposed to do it. That's just not how.
You almost knocked him out.
Yeah. As a matter of, I knocked a few people out in my martial arts class when I was actually doing it.
Nice.
Yeah. We had a rule, like, anytime we did a tournament just, like, for ourselves or whatever, we had a rule where we said, this was mainly for guys, but this also applied to the girls as well. Basically, what happened was, anytime that you got punched in the dick, you have a 2-minute recovery time, and then afterwards, you have to go back in. If you can't go back in...
2 minutes?
You have 2 minutes to recover from being punched in the dick.
I could not do that.
I mean, I did it. It was not fun, because it still hurt like hell. But
who would go for the dick?
by accident, it's usually by accident. No one, not no one, but if like
No one would actively try to.
most of the people didn't try and go for it. There was a few people when they got like hit a few times, they try and punch you there so they know that you'd be weaker after you return, if you even return at all. But most of the time that we were respectful and we didn't go for that.
Right.
We weren't fucking dickbags.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fucked up trying to go for the dick.
It happened a few times. It hurt like hell, but yeah. Then, so after the 2-minute recovery time, you'd come back in, and the rule was, because they hit you, regardless of if it was an accident or not, you got one freebie. At any point in the time, to them, in the tournament, you got one freebie back at them. And that was the rule. You got one freebie, and after that, you got nothing. Like, if you could hit them in the dick if you wanted, or you could just not use it, you know.
Like
whatever.
karma.
Yeah. And I remember this one time, this guy, he punched me, and I went down on the ground, and I got my 2-minute recovery time, and I came back in, and he got in his stance, and I realized that his legs were just a bit too wide. And with where, like, how you had to position is you had to position yourself on opposite, like, angles from each other, and I realized his legs were just too wide. So I took my front leg, like, the sensei, he put his hand in the middle of between us, and what they would do is they'd put their hand and they go ready, and we'd have to say yes, and then he'd go at a random point in time, like a little bit later, he'd swipe his hand down and he'd go, and he did that. He went go. I took my leg and I did a side kick, and a side kick is where you turn your body sideways to where they are, like wherever you want to hit. You point your toes and you kick them wherever you want. So like if you're doing a side kick to the face, the majority of your foot is hitting them in the face. Now what I did is I did not bend my toes. I did not extend my foot so it was flat. I kept it bent. So I kicked him square in the nuts. He ended up having to leave because he was in so much pain.
Holy shit.
That was fun. That was fun.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah. Literally, 110%, like, his legs were just a little too wide, so I know that he couldn't lift his leg to block the attack.
Yeah.
So what I ended up doing is as soon as I recognized that, I was like, oh, this is my chance to get this guy out. Because after, like, if you have a freebie, they're like obvious, and like you can still get your 2-minute recovery time, but you're not like that person isn't gonna get a freebie back at you because they kicked you first, obviously.
Yeah.
So like I didn't like he yeah, I can speak. He didn't like he went on the ground, and then he immediately was just like, okay, I'm done. And he
knew he fucked up.
He ended up leaving not the entire class, but he left for just that class, which still had like I think another half hour to go before it was supposed to end. So, you know, that was fun. That was real fun. I also remember the first time I broke someone's arm, but that actually, even better than breaking someone's arm was breaking a person's leg.
You broke someone's leg?
Yeah, I broke it right at like the hip joint area.
You absolute animal.
Okay, again, to be fair, he had punched me in the dick before, so I was mad.
So karma is breaking the bone. I love that. That's great.
Yeah, karma. You hit me, I hit you twice.
Yeah.
You hit me once, I'm gonna hit you back with double the pain.
Right.
So basically, what happened is I came back in after another round had already gone by, because there was no time left on the clock. But I'd come back, and I saw it was the same guy. And my favorite my favorite move, in the again, this is completely impractical for actual like defense against an attacker. But basically, it's called a spider guard, and what happens is you lie. You're like, if they pin you to the ground, you lie on your back, and you control their hands and their arms by putting your feet in the. You control their arms and everything by putting your feet in the crux of the elbow, and then you grab onto the sleeve of the gi that we were wearing, which is just basically like the uniform that we had to wear when we were doing it. And when you grab onto that, and then you could control their arms, and unless they could break out of your
no. Don't break all that.
Oh, I thought you were doing the ring part of it so that you could see the entire ring.
No. So like the door is gonna be like inside of it. You get it? So it's not gonna break any of the blocks on the outside.
Right. Well, so basically, he pinned me down to the ground, and I immediately went into spider guard. At one point in time for like 3 weeks, I was known as the Spider Kid, because as soon as we were practicing pins, and even when the senseis told us not to do anything after they pinned us to the ground, my immediate reaction was to go into spider guard. So
right.
I went into spider guard immediately afterward, and that's why it was known as that. And I was the best user there. I even, like, at one point in time, when I had built up a reputation, one of the senseis came up to me. He's like, "I'd like to challenge you in a 1v1 contest. Whoever can pin the other to the ground first and leave them there for 10 seconds without the other doing anything else wins." You'd expect the sensei to win, because he's like 6 foot something and easily over like 200 pounds.
Yeah.
So it's like he's a big guy. Like, you'd expect this guy to win in any sort of fight against a child. Nope. He pinned me to the ground. I went to spider guard, and I flipped him on his back. And I pinned his... You know when you take someone's arm and you pin it behind their back and you just keep applying pressure so it's like it's gonna break?
Yeah.
I did that, and I ended up grabbing one of his legs and pinning it up as well, so he couldn't move. So he was the one who tapped out.
Wow.
Yeah, that was fun. And yeah, anyway, back to the breaking the leg. I got the guy in the spider guard, and I ended up like flipping myself around him, so I was behind his head. I grabbed his leg, and I threw it towards myself. So I took his leg, and I put my arm where his knee was, and I was forcing it backwards so he couldn't bend it, and I forced it towards me, and basically, when I forced it, all I heard was a crack. And the guy, I ended up like letting go, because the crack was really loud. Like, even the senseis heard it. They were like, "Okay, stop. We need to see what that was."
Holy shit.
Basically, what ended up happening is, because of the way that I pulled his leg, I ended up snapping it right where it meets the hip. So yeah, yeah. So he could basically put his leg up to his head with no, like, obviously he had pain, but like that's what he could do. That's how bad I snapped it. And yeah, and
oh my god.
Yeah, so that's what happened, and
that's fucked.
They called an ambulance, and he got taken to the hospital. They told me I got an automatic first place in that tournament, because they didn't want me to break anyone else's bones.
Hell yeah.
Just in that tournament. Obviously, the next time that we had one, they let me participate. But you know, I've broken a leg. I've broken a leg, an arm, and I completely broke an ankle as well. That's all I can remember. Those are the things I can remember off the top of my head, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And so this one was really, really funny. Um, basically, at one point, there was a guy there that if you just met him normally or you saw him talking to someone, you wouldn't expect him to be a jerk. But to me specifically, he was really, really mean. Like, anytime that we, this was a completely different guy. Anytime that we got into a match and he pinned me to the ground, he would put me into a position where it's like he's trying to break my arm. And
oh jeez,
I didn't want to like, even if I struggled a bit and I hit him just like on the chest area, he wouldn't budge. So I ended up always having to tap out.
Yeah.
And then at one point in time, after he saw me break the guy's leg, a few weeks later, he comes up to me and he goes, "Jaden, I'd like to have a 1v1 against you with no one watching." So it's an actual like fight to the death type of thing. Well, not to the death, but to whoever taps out first sort of thing. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, okay. And then before we started, this is a little known fact about me. I don't trust anyone. Oh, what?
Naturally, yeah. Which is a good thing.
Yeah, I don't trust anyone. So back then I used to have this really bad fishing knife. So it was a knife meant to like kill fish, but it was still sharp.
Right.
It wasn't the best, but it was still sharp. And I'd always carry it with me anytime I walked back from my martial arts class, just in case something happened. And we went out to the back area of the dojo, or like the back, not outside, but in the back area of the dojo where there's just a smaller mat where no one usually goes. And we before we started, when I dropped all my stuff, I asked him, "So is this gentleman rules or is this street rules?" And he goes, "This is street rules, motherfucker. I'm 100% gonna beat you in this." I'm like, okay.
Oh,
and I kind of just put my hand in my pocket. He didn't know that I had this. I kind of just put my hand in my pocket, and then I'm like, "So do you want to do the countdown? Do you want me to do the countdown?" He's like, "I'll do the countdown." I was like, "Okay." And I'm just standing there really, really casual, like, and it's basically an insult to him when I'm standing there, because it looks like I'm just standing like against a wall. Like there's nothing different from what it was like from my normal just me standing there. So I was basically insulting him, and he went 3, 2, 1, go, and we were like a ways away. So he started to charge at me. Kind of just pulled out the knife and I kind of just held it in the air. I wasn't pointing it at him. I was just holding it. Just holding it, and he saw it and he stood there. He looked at me, and I kind of just like nodded my head. I'm like, "Yeah, okay, come on. You said straight rules. Come on." And after he after he saw it, he was in shock. He was just like, and he did like the mouth, like, you know in cartoons when like a character gets really surprised and their jaw drops to the floor. That's basically what he did, and he kind of just turned around, walked like at a very, very slow, like shocked pace, picked up his stuff and left.
Oh jeez. Yeah, he was gonna get stabbed.
Yeah. And nowadays I still carry a knife. It's just a better one. In my opinion, when a school has to have a lockdown, that means that they don't have good enough security to keep the bad people out. So, that's my opinion. If they have to have,
very true.
If they have to have like 3 lockdown drills a year, you know, that means that the security isn't good enough. So also, throughout the day, to anyone thinking that wants to attack my school, the back doors, like behind the cafeteria, they're always unlocked during the school day. They're completely unlocked because students and teachers are walking through there, so they have to keep them unlocked for convenience. So when they so they just keep it unlocked, so you know, someone totally couldn't just walk right into the back of my schoolyard with like an AK-47 or something and then walk right in the school, like no security.
Right.
And also, we've only got cameras on the the first and third floor, I think. No, it's just we only have cameras in our school on the first floor. So, like, it's very easy to avoid the camera system. Like, there's a camera in the halls, or like not in the halls, but in the places where the stairs go. But all you literally have to do is just look like a parent that's going up to like the third floor or whatever to go get their kid, and you'd be inside the school, no problems, because no one, like, the only one that would really ever ask a question is a teacher, and even then, like, you could literally say to the teacher, "Oh, I'm here to pick up my kid. He's supposed to be ready to go from class, but he wasn't answering his phone when I was texting him." And like there's like a 99% chance they'd say, "Oh, all right," and they'd leave you. There's a 1% chance they'd ask, like, "Oh, who is it? What class are they in?" And if that happens, I mean, you just give them a good quick smack on the head, you knock them out, and it's done. You never have to worry about it again.
Then you're good to go.
Totally. It's like one of the best things. It's one of the best things about my school is the fact that the students can carry a knife without the teacher having to know. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for my episode. I'm gonna leave it there. We've made some really good progress. So we built the moat, we got the grass going, and we're starting work on the inside of the tree.
Yeah, we getting some pretty good progress, aren't we?
Hell yeah. I'm gonna have to change those gold blocks back to jungle leaves.
I know.
Forgot about that. Well, I'm just gonna go in F5 mode here. Thank you, people, for watching my videos. I do hope that you enjoyed it very much. And yeah, see ya.